I was young when I realized I was working with something special. Probably like 3 to 5 years old. My mama had pulled up on the block, my dad's crib, and my dad came out. And I'm not gonna say what he said, but he said something, and I instantly had a vision, you know. And I still remember that vision to this day. Like even right now, as I'm speaking about it, I see it vividly. And it was a person, and I'm not gonna get into it, but that is when I realized like I was tapping into something that I didn't know how to explain and I didn't understand, right? And then fast forward, 3rd grade, I realized that I started having words come to me, you know what I'm saying? And I could form them into rhymes. And the words, like I could see them and they would come in 4s. They would come like this, in 4s, and I'd do my teeth like it was just weird, right? And all I know is that I wanted to express myself, right? And this was the way that I could. See, it was hard as a kid, like when you really in tune and you observing things and you question things, you can't really speak up because you're just a kid, right? And to not get in trouble or be disciplined, you would just kind of be quiet and just shut down. And so as a kid, I didn't have that open communication. You know, I couldn't really express myself. So writing raps was my journal, you know? And I'm saying all that to say this. If you have kids, and no, I don't have kids, but I'm talking from a place of knowing. This is just a knowing that I have. If you have kids, I'm not saying don't try to direct them in the right way, but as a parent, you should create open communication between you and your child. You should allow your child to speak whatever that child has to say. And instead of always trying to install things into them, your fears, your beliefs, ask them questions because they know things. They've been here before, trust me. And they have a soul mission. They have a soul purpose. And what can happen is the more you install in them, the more you take them away from their very true essence. So for instance, if they're doing something and it doesn't look right in your eyes, don't just correct them. Allow them to try to figure it out. And if they can't get it and they do it wrong in your eyes, ask them, what's another way you could do it? What's another way that we can go about this? Allow them to figure out, you exercising their brain. What I'm saying is try to cultivate what they have inside versus what you feel like you want them to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up real misunderstood. I grew up a real loner. I couldn't talk to people. So just be mindful of that. When you have kids, create an open communication with y'all, because if not, they're gonna grow and not necessarily be rebellious, but you're gonna push them away because they have respect for you. At the same time, they need to pull out what they have inside of them. And your energy, your space might not allow that. That's why you might see a lot of kids that could be standoffish from their family because they're special. You know, they're working with something and you have to help them. And if you're not gonna help them with what they have inside, they're gonna help themselves. But I love y'all, and I'm still team no kids. It's your little big homie, Fool Boy. Oh shit.